Good morning, everyone. So today I have some items to share with you from Spellbinders. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So they have the Expressions of Love collection, and they were kind enough to send me a few items from that collection. So I do have these gorgeous inlaid hearts here, and then I have the little couple that goes along with the Sunday Drive set, which is really cute. So it's just a couple, a guy and a gal there, and then it has like different words that we can insert. So I'll follow up with a video on that separately. But for now, I want to use these guys. So we have our heart, and then we have the two inlays that you can do. This one has more of a, well, they both have a lacy feel. This one's probably more lacy, a crochet look, and this one's a little more structural. I don't know if you can see that, in geometric. Really cool. So I will be using probably one of them in my project today. And I think what I'm going to do is use one of the cut and emboss folders that I recently picked up. This is Blooming Sprigs. And I believe, it depends when you're watching this, these are still on sale in the New Year's Eve sale or their new clearance markdown, so you might find that they're on sale. And I was thinking about using these, but I'm not sure how I would use them. I was kind of playing in my mind how I'm going to use the hearts, but these guys, the scallop borders, are really great, and these are also in the sale. And then I picked out, the Regal Bendo. I'm like, I don't know if I'm even going to use these now that I have the this guy, because he has a lot of personality in itself. So let's check it out. So this is, again, the Blooming Sprigs. So this will be my background. And I have just a piece of the Spellbinders Solar White 80-pound paper. It's not watercolor paper. It's just, an 80-pound cardstock. Very smooth. But I'm just going to put some watercolor on it, and then I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to run it through our cut and emboss folder. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down. And again, I'm just laying color down. So I have just a cheap water brush here, or 1-inch brush, and I have my Brights palette here, and I was testing out some of the colors. I think I'm just gonna go with the pinks and the purples. So I'm gonna grab some pink, and you can start by putting water on your paper. I don't want this to get super thick with the water, so actually I'm gonna orient it this way. You can think about how you want to use your cut and emboss folders or whatever you're gonna do, orient your colors in that way, but I want not too much color, just a little something, a little wash of color on this. So there's the Best Friend, and then I'm going to dip into Mystic, which is kind of like a purple. And just because this is not a watercolor paper, that's why I don't want to really super saturate. I just want to get some color on there, and I think that's probably good enough. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is hit this with a heat tool to dry it faster, so we can move on with this and run it through our cut and emboss folder. I will be right back. Okay, so of course this is what happens. It's nice and dry. And looking at this folder, I can see that it has kind of like a bloom that goes up, I'm saying, like a bouquet. So I'm going to orient it that way. I think I want the purple on the lower side, so it'll go this way. And I want the flowers obviously to cut into it. So what you can do is just see wherever it has that white foam, that's what's going to cut in. So just keep an eye on that and think about how you want to orient it and then pop it in. So I think that will be good. Paper's a little bit crooked. I did cut down my paper to 4 by 5 1/4 to begin with, but if you like to do your watercoloring and then cut it down, do it however you like. I pretty much painted edge to edge, so I'm not really worried about that. And then just run this through whatever cutting system you have. Normally for a cut and emboss folder, or most time for most embossing folders, just the cutting plates that you'll be using. But just do what your manufacturer recommends for your machine, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. And I do like to shaker these kind of things. I'll just put an acetate behind the whole thing, and then you can put your sequins, glitter, whatever that you want to use behind there, and it looks really cute. But today we're just going to use it like this. I think one more thing I'm going to do is just take some of the color off of the embossed portion so that it kind of comes through a little more. so that white paper that's underneath will show through. Okay, so I'll do that a little bit more, but as you can see, it's already coming through a little better. And then I'm going to cut my hearts out. So I'm going to cut the shadow or the outline just out of this purple piece of paper that I have here. And then same solar white piece, I'm just going to cut out the heart along with the outer die. And I'm going to stick that down. And then I'm also going to cut out the outer die of just a piece of acetate. You can use carrier sheet from like old stamps, or, you know, if you have purchased acetate, then you can obviously use that. A lot of times repurposing packaging is fun for that purpose, but I will run these through and I'll be right back. So let's go ahead and adhere the card base. This is just your standard A2 size card. It's just a cardstock cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, it's always nice to shaker this kind of thing, but I'm going to keep it flat because we're going to shaker our heart. Let me put that down here. So cute. So I'm going to give that a moment to dry, and usually just kind of turn it over, put some weight on it. And then I'm going to adhere the heart to our acetate piece. The edge is very thin on this one, so I'm going to be very careful when I put my foam on. But I'm just going to put this on here. Oh, I missed one little dot here. So I'm going to put some on the actual edge here just to keep it down really well. And then the rest will be on my hand. Get those little pieces covered. And I'm going to stick these two together and give it a moment to dry. Trying to get glue all over. I have glue on the back of my thumb here. There we go. And give that a moment to dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I'm going to orient my heart a little sideways like this. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And then when we do the shaker, you know, everything goes on top of that. I think that's cute. Okay. So as far as putting the foam on the back of this, you can do that different ways. If you want to cut foam and then just cut this middle section out so that you have the perfect outline, right? If you just cut foam from the heart plus this inner, and then you just cut that inner piece out, and your foam will be perfect for this outer edge. You can use, you know, your little dimensional adhesives, however you have. These are from like the Spellbinders kits. You can cut it into thinner strips. Even the little pieces you can cut, but you can then lay it down all around, and so because it's thin, it'll mold. I have this foam tape, which is probably what I'll use, but as you can see, it's a little bit thicker than what I need. So what I'm going to do is just cut it just like I would do the other ones. I'll probably cut it in manageable pieces, just a little bit at a time, and just cut right down a very thin line. And then when I'm done with that, I will adhere it to the back. I'll show you real quick. I'll just keep going with it. Same thing if you were using, you know, dimensional adhesive pads, however you want to do it. And I'm just going to go right down the edge here. And wherever you have a gap or where another piece meets up, just make sure to fill that gap really well to make sure that they're touching so nothing falls out, especially if you're using smaller pieces of glitter. Okay, so the next one's going to go right here, and it's going to butt right to there and keep going. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, and so to finish off our card, you know, I have these little hearts that came out of the slim line for the January kits, and I was like, you know, this would be really cute. So I'm going to put a few of these in here, just a few. And then some of the little gold sequins also from our January kit. Not too much, just a little something that'll show in there. And then we have this guy, I already took the backs off of it. And then you just look to the front. If there's anything kind of sticking out, you can just kind of trim it down. You know, make it look a little nicer back here. And that, I think that's pretty good. All right. And then we're just going to put that on top of our base heart. So pretty and lacy. Look at that. We have our little hearts in there. Really cute. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is add some kind of sentiment. It looks very cute just the way it is. You can use all kinds of embellishments. So I think, you know, these are also from the January kits here, and I was looking at the different words in here because I thought a lot of these just work. Like the hugs, you can even put it on the heart, and how cute is that? Oh, my goodness. I think I'm going to go with the word love. And I'm just going to pop it down here. All right, well, there it is. All right, guys, I'll have the links in the description box for the different products here, of course, for our hearts. And keep an eye out for the one with the Sunday Drive set. Super cute. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for my review. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.